Hello everybody, Patrick here, and today I'm going to tell you how I actually managed to lose muscle mass despite getting stronger on the bench press. Now, ever since I was a little kid, I was one of those douchebags that wanted my bench press to be extremely impressive. Is it important to have a really strong bench press? Not really, no. I mean, unless you're a competitive powerlifter, but I'm not. But I still wanted one regardless because growing up, you read all the magazines and all the social media and stuff like that when I was a kid, led me to believe that having a really, really high bench press would also give me massive, massive pectoral muscles. Which, let's be real, who doesn't want those? So I trained on the bench press for about a year, and honestly, so far, my assumptions were correct. As my bench got higher, my chest got bigger. But after a certain point, I plateaued really hard, and I just found no way to break through it. And by found no way to break through it, I mean that I couldn't just keep adding weight to the bar every week or month or so. I plateaued at around 225 to 235. And while there were many things I could do to fix this, such as diet better or perform accessory lifts, I didn't do any of that shit. Instead, I thought that if I just made my technique as perfect as possible, that the numbers would start going up again. So I researched every video on bench press ever on how to get your bench up if you fix these techniques and things like that. And there were so many things that, according to these videos, I wasn't doing right. I wasn't using any leg drive. I wasn't protracting my scapula. I wasn't trying to create a huge arch in my back. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. So I corrected my form, and that actually worked. My plateau was broken, and I started making PR after PR again because my technique was fixed. And I used fixed in quotes because, again, I'm not a competition powerlifter. Realistically, I mainly cared more about my muscle size than I did actual bench numbers. But again, I was just under the assumption that bigger bench, bigger pecs. But like I said, my bench had actually been higher than it had ever been, so I was expecting my chest to explode with gains. Over the next couple of months, though, I noticed the inverse actually started to take place. My chest was actually getting smaller and smaller, to the point where I practically didn't even have a chest at all. Well, come to find out that what I was actually doing by increasing my technique was I was increasing my leverages, but taking pressure off of my chest. Even though the numbers were going up, my chest wasn't working nearly as hard as it used to have to. And as a result, even though, yes, I did break through all those plateaus and set all those PRs for myself, I was kind of less happy than I had been in a while just because I was losing so much muscle mass. So what I'm saying, guys, is the lesson to this video is A, do more research, unlike me, and B, getting to your goal is not a path straight forward. There's not one route that you can take indefinitely that will lead you to what you're looking for. Fitness is highly customizable. There's a million different ways to train, and everybody might have different goals, such as wanting to put up bigger numbers, gain muscle mass, learn new skills in calisthenics. So do the proper research for what your particular goal was. My particular goal was just to put more muscle mass on my body. But I didn't do the proper research, and as a result, I actually lost progress. That's ultimately the lesson I want you to take away from this video. Alright guys, well with that being said, I'm Patrick, and I'll see you next time.